And this is how we set up Zhiyun Weebil S, Canon EOS R with the RF50. What you need for this step-up plate that actually comes included from Zhiyun. Also comes from Zhiyun. And a drill, a screwdriver, but it's just a impact, so it has low settings, you don't need to go crazy. Alright, so let's get right to it and show you exactly what you need to do. So in the beginning, make sure the camera is off the whole time, because the RF50, as you know, the lens, it goes in and it goes out while it focuses. So when it focuses, it literally moves inside, like not like a little tiny bit. It will literally go like so. It looks like it's right here right now. It will literally go in. Sorry, it'll go out and it'll go in. Out, in, out. So the only way to prevent that is to take it off, because when you take it off, it goes back into this neutral position right here. You don't even need the gimbal. Majority of the time will be spent on this part actually. Step-up plate on the thread. Just turn the camera body down. Don't be scared. That bit, screw, needs to go in enough so you can just slide it through. You'll have to use your hands for this part. Don't screw it in all the way, just a little bit, so you can screw it into the actual body of the EOS R. Might have to actually. So just screw it in a little bit, just a little bit. This might be a long video actually. And here is the most important part. What you want to do is yours might not actually come like this. You will have to if you're brand new to it, it's just gonna come just like this. This is the little 3.5. You screw it into that hole there. So now you don't have to screw it all the way in so it's tight, because we'll be adjusting this. Because it depends on the camera, it might be low or it might be high. I mean the lens. It depends. Grab a camera. Well, you don't gotta grab it, but make sure it's kind of flat. I don't got nothing to really prop it up right now, so it's gonna be leaning. And what you want to do is get the back of the plate. You know if it's back or front because of this. This will be to the front of the lens. This will be to the back of the camera. So you just want to line it up. Boom. And don't screw it all the way in, just enough so that it holds it, because it's going to be kind of tough for you to align it. But you want it all the way pushed front like this. Use your hand at first just to hold it. Okay, and just push it more. Drill time. Alright, now here's our funny part. At this point, you just want to push down on this as much as, well, not push down, but make sure it's like straight, not like bent like this. Make sure it's straight. Alright, and just tighten up as you go. And not too tight, just a little bit till you feel that snug, just a little bit snug, and then you try to push down on this while, yeah, just like that. So like push and tighten, because you want this to hold that position. Because the only thing holding that position is this knob right here. Okay, so that shouldn't move at all. All right, step one complete. Second step, your gimbal. It should actually come locked already when you first get it, so I'm just gonna lock it up right now. Boom. This does come in the box, so just, it's a micro USB. It goes on the side of the gimbal. See the Zhiyun S? Okay, so that's plugged in. Leave it dangling. Now, so now we just want to put this camera on the gimbal itself. So this part is kind of tricky. So on the plate itself, there are these two things right here. 1, 2. That has to be aligned with the gimbal. And this as well. I think this does something, but we'll see. So those are the two grooves right there. Now I'm going to try to keep that in focus as much as I can. It would be good if I can use this camera for this situation, but I don't have a third camera, so I can't make that work. So you want to align that with those two things. All right, and they should kind of like snug in just like that. So just put it on, and then you'll see that the back will sit first. So what you have to do is you just have to press this button right here. There's a button in the front of the stand, the base plate, on both sides. So there's one right here, and then there's one right here. So you just push this button, and boom. So now you just try to lift the gimbal by the camera itself. It's on there. Okay. Now first, the way I like to do it, and by the way, if you've it really depends on you, but you should only have to do this once per lens change. So this 50 mil is going to be heavier than this 24 to 105. So if I want to put this on here, I gotta redo my whole balancing. Especially if I put this 35 on it. If I put this 35 on it, I have to remove this step-up plate. So first thing we're gonna do is this side. So on this side, there should be a button on the top right here. It's just a toggle switch basically. You click it. Okay. It's going down. So first thing you want to do, make sure especially with the RF50, make sure the lens is off on the camera before you start balancing. So if you have anything that goes up here, which I don't, you want to make sure, you have all your load. If you're using a variable ND or any kind of ND filter, anything that adds on weight, make sure it's on there right now before you start touching the balancing. So what I like to do is I just want to put this on here because theoretically speaking, well, not theoretically, but it's facts. By you just putting this in here, it adds weight to this side now. So the camera will want to go down this way. So I don't have anything that I'm going to put on here. So let's do it. So you notice that the camera is front heavy. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to go to this side of the camera and make sure you unlock the axis, which is right here. I have to zoom in on that, but so you want to go to this side of the camera and pull this back. So now it will unlock the sliding of the plate. So what you want to do is you want to, like, if I leave it, it's going to want to go all the way down to the lens, right? So you want to get it like this, and then start to push back. You'll know by the weight of it in your hand. So just try to go back. See, like it wants to stable, but okay, that might be it right there. That's the sweet spot. So it's holding right there. If that looks straight to you and the stain kind of leveled, we'll deal with that. Just be ever so gently, just be careful to close this, but don't necessarily try to hold on to the plate while you do it, because sometimes you want to close it and you accidentally push it forward or you push it backwards. So right now I might have unlocked my plate by mistake. Okay, so now we got that situated. So now it's balanced. So now it's balanced on this side. Now we have to do this up and down. So what we'll do is you unscrew this part right here. Yeah, I unscrewed it already, I think. Oh, looks like it came out. So just unscrew this part. Boom. So now it's unscrewed. So now you gotta play with this. This side, it goes up and it goes down. So what you do is just push from here, from the bottom. Push up. And do it this way. Don't do it like this, because it's going to hit this part, the arm. So just slide up just a little bit. Actually, that's perfect. I'm just going to tighten it back. Okay, so you see that? Okay, hold on. So normally, I mean, I'm close, but close. What happened was, as I was tightening back, I noticed, but I thought it wouldn't be that big of a difference, but I pushed the plate down by mistake. So we gotta do that again. Okay, just a tad bit more, like right there. Boom, you see that? Now tighten this back up without pushing on the plate. So that is sort of balanced. No, let's go back a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, so we done this. It should be good. So whatever position I leave it, it will hold it. So I'll lock this axis because I'm done with it. So now we gotta do this part. So by doing that, turn the gimbal to the left, unlock. So now the gimbal is way too, you can tell, it's a lot of weight is going on this side. So what you'll have to do is just log the axis back just to show you. Right here, there's another thing like this that just pulls out. So you pull it out, boom, and now you just adjust the plate left and right until it gets rid of this. See that heaviness? So I can already tell just by looking at it. I have the lens facing me. It's going down this way. So what I want to do is push. If it's going on this way, push it this way, because you want to get as centered as possible. So now it's too right heavy, too left heavy. Perfect. It stays in still. Now here's the hard part. Actually, it might not be that hard if you just lock the axis. So the axis is locked. Yeah, the good thing is it seems to hold it actually. So it holds it really good even without locking it. So I'll just go ahead and just close this. See? Nope. So I have to do this one more time. So it's right heavy. Now as you get good with this, you can move this with your eyes closed. Let me just go left so you guys can see it how I'm looking at it. We're not looking at it, but like, boom. So I notice when I center it, it goes to the left for just a little bit. Now those are just micro adjustments. Oh shit, that's too much. Okay, that's perfect. So now I'm just gonna lock it up. Boom. So now we have left, right, up, down, complete. Now the next thing is, next we have this part right here. So you unlock that, boom. So the best way to fix this is actually the hardest part, and I still have trouble on this part. So the best way is to actually, so now because this should all be stable, and it is. So what you want to do is you want to hold it like this, right? Hold it just like this. Now if you turn it this way, you see that heavy pullback? No. You want that to come back, but you want it to come back very slow. So what to fix that? What we'll have to do is unlock this part right here on the right hand side. So just unlock it, boom. And this should be able to push and push back. Push back and forth, right? So now let's do this one more time. Oops. Oh shucks. I don't even know how I got the camera to be like that. Wow, look at that. That's some magic. That is some magic. Okay, so now I'm gonna hold it like this. Turn to the left. It swings back too much. So now I'm actually gonna start it all the way down to 0. So I'm gonna push this all the way. Well, that's actually considered 1. So now, yeah, one is way too bad. I'm gonna push it all the way to maybe, I think 3 is a decent number. Not too bad. So 3 was very good. I'm gonna push it all the way as far as it can come back to 3.5 or 3/4. Yeah, that's way too much spring. So now this thing does get heavy. So I'm gonna go to 3 actually. See how 3 looks like. I think 3 might be the best one. Okay, see, I'm getting not that much pullback. I like that. So maybe go back down a little bit to like 2.5. It might be between 2 and 3. Hopefully my camera battery don't die. Okay, very good. It's very slow. That's what you want. I'll keep it at 2.5. I can't probably go down to like 2 and like 2 quarters. 2 and a quarter, sorry. And I'll keep it just like that. Okay, so that's odd. I adjusted everything. Okay. So lastly, we just adjusted everything. We made everything very balanced as much as possible. Let's turn on the gimbal. Now this isn't actually balanced. Okay, so just by doing this is how I tell. Like up and down. But if you do up and down towards like up and down backwards a little bit, and you do like this in this weird position, you know you're good. You're golden. So lastly, power on the gimbal. So what I like to do is first turn on the gimbal first. I'm gonna lock these axes. I don't know, I'm not gonna lock it. So now the gimbal is on, and it seems like I have something off. Oh no, I don't. Okay. So with the gimbal on, you want to press these 3 dots right here. So press dot, and you see the motor, you click right, auto, but when you do this, just make sure it's on the ground or somewhere flat. And you'll see, so I'm going to click right. Now it's doing this auto thing. You see the gimbal start to go left, right, and start a little bit. It might make the table move. And just like that, it's complete. Check OK. So just go back. Yeah, just press the 3 dots button to go all the way back, and you're good. You're balanced. So when you do turn the camera on, you notice that. Well, now I'm actually in photo mode, so let me go to movie mode. Manual. So when the lens starts to focus, move front and back, the camera will actually make adjustments to keep it level. If I take this gimbal off right now, well, actually I'm going to take it off right now. Am I pressing off button? Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I did. You see that? Now we know that I just focused it, but because of the focusing, see how close that is to the actual, see? It goes in, out, in, out, in, out. That changes that messed up my whole balancing just now. Look. Like I never even balance it. So that's why we do it with everything off. And then we turn it on after the fact. So I just turned it off. And now if I put it back to this position, how I did it in the first place, you see it's back to being balanced. Obviously, you put you put your Canon lens cap on there. Yes, it makes that much of a difference. I don't even know how heavy this thing, the lens cap is, but it will tip the whole thing. But thankfully, the motors are strong enough to actually compensate. That's why I do recommend the Zhiyun Weebil S. It's very good, and it helps. The extra power helps, especially for the price. It helps. So I hope you learned something today. Balancing the EOS R with the RF50 lens with the Weebil S. Like, comment, subscribe, please. If you do any one of those, comment, say something. Yes, no, maybe so. How's the camera working for me? Anything. I don't care what it is. Just like, comment, subscribe, and talk to your boy. With that being said, I'm out.